How to evaluate quadratic equations. After watching the Introducing Quadratics video, you should have gained a little bit of background information on quadratics, like how the rate of the rate is constant and it's a polynomial of the second degree, yada yada yada. In this video, we are going to dive a little deeper into quadratics as we try to understand how to use the equation of a quadratic to solve problems. Let's get started. Remember, the standard form of a quadratic is y equals a times x squared plus b times x plus c, where a, b, and c become specific values within a given context, while x and y are variables that change. Within a given context, quadratic equations can be used to solve problems in business, engineering, construction, and physics, and more. Let's look at an example using Angry Birds. Suppose an angry bird is waiting to be launched at an evil pig who happens to be 11 meters away, horizontally that is. And it just so happens that the angry bird's path will follow the path of a parabola given by the equation y equals negative 0.5 times x squared plus 6 times x, where x and y represent the bird's horizontal and vertical distance in meters respectively. The question becomes, will angry bird hit evil pig, who again is 11 meters away? If we want to know if angry bird will hit the pig, all we have to do is use the equation that models angry bird's path to see if angry bird will be at a height of 0 when he is 11 meters horizontally. To do this, we would simply input 11 into Angry Bird's equation in place of x. 11 is the specific distance we want to evaluate the function at. Remember, order of operations is very important when evaluating. Using PEMDAS, which stands for parentheses, exponents, multiplication and division, and addition and subtraction, we can easily remember how to evaluate quadratic equations. In y equals negative 0.5 times 11 squared plus 6 times 11, there are no parentheses, so we can go right into evaluating all exponents, where the only one in this case is 11 squared, which is equal to 121. A common mistake is to take negative 0.5 times 11 and then square it. Do not do this, since you will get a different answer that is not correct. The next operation to perform is multiplication and division. In our problem, there's two places we need to multiply, negative 0.5 times 121 and 6 times 11. After multiplying, we will get y equals negative 60.5 plus 66. Finally, we add the remaining terms together to get an answer of 5.5 meters. What we just found is Angry Bird's vertical distance, y, after Angry Bird travels a horizontal distance, x, of 11 meters. So will Angry Bird hit evil pig? The answer is no. According to the calculations, Angry Bird will still be 5.5 meters overhead when he gets to a horizontal distance of 11 meters, meaning evil pig is safe from Angry Bird this time. To make Angry Bird's miss more clear, I'll briefly show you how we could evaluate the function for multiple values of x, graphing the results to see firsthand what Angry Bird's path looks like. This method reveals that Angry Bird doesn't end up reaching the ground until he travels a distance of 12 meters horizontally. If evil pig was just 1 more meter away, Angry Bird would have gotten him. This is what evaluating functions is all about, replacing x with a given value to find y. Now what if instead we are given y and want to find x? This is what we call solving for x. In quadratic equations, there are 3 different ways in which we can solve for x. They are completing the square, factoring, and using the quadratic formula. Learn more about solving quadratic equations by checking out my other videos. Until then, goodbye for now.